Number 8. Sometimes, your body speaks loudest through your gut. That tight feeling in your stomach when something feels wrong. The sudden nausea before an important event. The butterflies when you're nervous or excited. These aren't just random physical reactions. They're deep emotional signals rooted in your nervous system. Your gut is often called the second brain for a reason. It's home to millions of neurons that constantly communicate with your brain, especially during moments of stress, fear, or emotional overload. When you feel unsafe or overwhelmed emotionally, your digestive system is one of the first places to react. You might lose your appetite, feel a knot in your stomach, or experience cramps without any clear medical cause. That's your body processing what your mind might not be ready to face. It's trying to protect you, pulling energy away from digestion and focusing it on survival. Even subtle emotional shifts, like tension in a relationship or anxiety over a decision, can show up as digestive discomfort. What's powerful is that many people ignore these signs, brushing them off as just stress or blaming something they ate. But if you pay attention, your gut can offer insight before your conscious mind catches up. It's a place where unspoken truths live. That gut feeling you get about a person or situation? It's your body picking up on subtle cues your brain hasn't fully processed yet. So listen closely to your stomach. If it tightens when you're around someone, or calms when you're doing something you love, that's your emotional radar at work. Your gut is more than just digestion. It's intuition in physical form. And when it speaks, it's usually worth listening. Number 7. The way you carry yourself, your posture, is one of the most revealing physical signs of your inner emotional world. Most people don't realize how much they're communicating just by the way they sit, stand, or walk into a room. Upright posture with open shoulders typically signals confidence, alertness, and comfort. But when someone slouches, curls in on themselves, or seems to shrink away from their surroundings, it often reflects deeper emotional states like anxiety, insecurity, sadness, or even shame. And the interesting part? Most of this happens unconsciously. You're not trying to send a message. But your body tells the truth anyway. Think about it. When you're feeling low or emotionally drained, your body naturally collapses inward. Your shoulders hunch, your head drops, and your chest caves in slightly. This isn't just physical fatigue, it's emotional posture. You're closing yourself off, protecting your vulnerable core. On the flip side, when you're excited, proud, or energized, your body tends to expand. You stand taller, you take up more space. This open posture reflects a sense of safety and readiness to engage. You're not hiding, you're showing up fully. Posture also responds instantly to stress. If someone is feeling defensive, they might cross their arms or tighten their neck and jaw. If they feel intimidated, they might lean away or turn their body slightly to the side, creating a subconscious barrier. These subtle shifts often happen in the middle of conversations or interactions, and they speak louder than words. It's not just about reading others, your own posture can give you feedback too. Have you ever suddenly noticed you were hunched over your phone or curled up in a chair, and realized you felt more tired or down than you thought? Your body can reflect emotions you haven't consciously acknowledged yet. The beautiful thing is that posture works both ways. Adjusting it can also influence your emotional state. Standing taller, breathing deeper, and opening your chest can actually help you feel more confident and grounded, even before your mind catches up. So, whether it's you or someone else, don't ignore what posture is saying. In silence, in stillness, it tells the emotional truth, quietly but powerfully. Number 6. We often focus on what someone says, but just as important, if not more so, is how they say it. The tone of your voice, the pace at which you speak, the pitch and volume, all of these vocal elements carry emotional information. Even when you try to choose your words carefully, your voice often betrays what you really feel. Whether it's a slight tremble, a sudden rise in pitch, or a pause that lingers just a second too long. These subtle cues reveal far more than you might intend. When someone is nervous or anxious, their voice often becomes higher-pitched, faster, and sometimes breathier. They may speak in run-on sentences, trying to get it all out quickly before doubt catches up. On the other hand, anger tends to make the voice sharper, lower, or clip. You'll hear more tension in the throat, more force in the delivery. When someone is sad or emotionally depleted, the voice usually slows down, becomes quieter, and loses its usual energy. There might be longer pauses between words, almost like the weight of their feelings is pulling each sentence down. Even confidence or emotional security can be felt through the voice. People who feel calm and grounded tend to speak with steady rhythm, warm tone, and natural inflection. You can feel their presence, not just through their words, but through how they sound, measured, open, relaxed. And if someone's words sound too rehearsed, too polished, or too emotionless, that might be a sign that they're hiding something or emotionally detaching. Pay attention to the inconsistencies. Someone might say, "I'm excited," with a flat, dull tone, or "I'm not mad," with a tight, forced calmness that makes you instinctively feel otherwise. Our nervous system is wired to pick up these vocal contradictions, even if we can't explain them logically. That's why tone often speaks louder than content. So the next time you're trying to understand how someone really feels, or even check in with yourself, listen to the sound, not just the script. The voice carries emotion like a current beneath the surface, and if you learn to tune in, you'll start to hear the emotional truth that words alone can't always express. Number 5. They say the eyes are the window to the soul, and they weren't wrong. Your eyes are one of the most revealing parts of your body when it comes to emotion. Not just in the obvious ways like crying or widening in surprise, but in the tiny, nearly invisible shifts that happen every second, like the direction you look, how long you maintain eye contact, how rapidly your eyes blink, or how your pupils change size. These micro movements often happen before you even realize you're feeling something, and they can silently broadcast your emotions without you ever saying a word. Let's start with eye contact. People who are confident, calm, and emotionally open tend to maintain eye contact during conversations. It feels natural and steady. But when someone is anxious, lying, or emotionally guarded, they often avoid prolonged eye contact or blink excessively. That's because direct eye contact requires vulnerability, and when someone doesn't feel safe or certain, they instinctively look away. On the flip side, too much unbroken eye contact, especially if it feels intense or forced, can sometimes indicate suppressed anger or an attempt to dominate the conversation. It's not just about whether someone makes eye contact, but how they do it. Even the direction someone looks can hint at what's going on inside. When people glance upward, they're often accessing thoughts or memories. Looking to the side can mean they're avoiding emotional connection or trying to mentally escape the moment. Rapid eye movement or darting eyes might signal inner conflict, fear, or high stress. And then there's pupil dilation. Your pupils automatically expand when you're emotionally stimulated, excited, or even attracted to someone. They narrow when you're angry, disgusted, or focused. Eye behavior is incredibly subtle, but once you start noticing it in yourself and others, you'll realize how much emotion is constantly being communicated. When someone says, "I'm fine," but their eyes flick away, blink quickly, or glaze over, their body might be telling you a completely different story. So learn to listen, not just to what people say, but to what their eyes are showing you. Because even in silence, our eyes often speak the truth we're not ready to share out loud. Number 4, you're calm and content. Your breath flows smoothly, deeply, and quietly. These shifts often happen without your awareness, but if you pay close attention to your breathing, you can learn a lot about what's going on inside you. Let's say you're in a conversation that makes you uncomfortable. Even if you're smiling and nodding on the outside, your breath might start to tighten or speed up. You might subconsciously hold your breath during a moment of tension or just before saying something difficult. That breath hold is your nervous system bracing for impact, even if there's no real danger. On the other hand, a deep sigh, especially one that seems to come out of nowhere, can be a sign that your body is trying to release built-up emotional energy. It's a natural reset, your body's way of letting go. Noticing someone else's breathing can also give you clues about how they feel. Is their breath sharp and uneven? They might be stressed. Are they breathing from the chest rather than the belly? That could be a sign of anxiety. Slow, rhythmic breathing usually means someone feels safe and present. This is especially true in close relationships. Your body can often sense emotional tension in someone else just by the rhythm of their breath. The best part? You can actually use breath as a tool to shift your emotions. By taking slower, deeper breaths, you activate your body's relaxation system. It's one of the few ways you can calm your mind through the body. So next time you feel emotionally overwhelmed, start by noticing your breath. Because in that subtle rise and fall of your chest, your true emotions often live quiet, honest, and real. Number 3, your hands might be one of the most expressive parts of your body, and yet we rarely think about what they're saying. But pay close attention, because your hands and fingers often reveal what your mouth won't. When we're nervous, our hands fidget. We tap our fingers, rub our palms, wring our wrists, or touch our face repeatedly. These aren't just random gestures. They're subconscious ways the body tries to soothe itself. In psychology, these are called self-soothing behaviors or displacement activities. They're small but telling signs that your mind is trying to manage emotional discomfort, like anxiety, guilt, or uncertainty. Think about the last time you were in a tense conversation. Did you notice your fingers picking at something or your nails pressing into your palm? That was your body responding even if you didn't speak a word. Hand gestures can also reveal confidence or the lack of it. Open palms suggest honesty and openness. When someone talks with their hands visible and moving naturally, they usually feel comfortable and in control. But clenched fists, hidden hands, or fingers curled tightly into themselves often signal stress, restraint, or defensiveness. Ever noticed someone tuck their hands under their legs during an awkward moment? That's a subtle sign they want to disappear or avoid being exposed. And when someone suddenly stops using hand gestures while talking, it might mean they're uncomfortable or feeling emotionally shut down. Your fingers also react to stress in tiny ways. They might tremble, twitch, or stiffen when you're upset or overwhelmed. Sometimes you'll even see someone rubbing their fingers together repeatedly, almost like trying to rub away the feeling. These small movements, often overlooked, are like little leaks of emotion, and they happen in real time, often before the brain can hide what's really going on. So next time you're feeling emotionally off, don't just listen to your thoughts. Watch your hands. They're speaking a language of their own. And when you learn to notice the little things, like where your fingers go in moments of stress, you start to hear the truth your body's been quietly whispering all along. Number 2, your face is a mirror to your emotions, even when you don't want it to be. No matter how good you think you are at hiding your feelings, your face often tells the truth, especially in the form of micro-expressions. These are tiny split-second facial movements that flash across your face involuntarily, often revealing your real emotional state before your brain has time to censor it. You might feel like you're in control, smiling politely in a meeting or nodding along during a difficult conversation. But in those tiny, fleeting moments between your thoughts and your words, your real feelings slip out. A micro-expression is like a crack in the emotional mask. Someone asks if you're okay, and you say yes, but your face twitches with a quick flicker of sadness. Someone shares an idea you don't agree with, and while you say, "That's interesting," your brow furrows or your lips tighten for a fraction of a second. These facial cues last less than half a second, but they speak volumes if you know how to look for them. Microexpressions reveal emotions like anger, disgust, sadness, fear, happiness, and surprise. And unlike body posture, which can be consciously adjusted, microexpressions are almost impossible to fake or suppress consistently. They come from the limbic system, the emotional part of the brain, and they surface before logic or social filters can step in. Even if someone is highly trained in deception, their face can still betray them. Law enforcement and psychologists often study microexpressions to detect lies or unspoken emotional distress. But you don't need to be an expert to start noticing them in everyday life. Pay close attention when people receive unexpected news or are asked difficult questions. You might catch a flash of contempt, a sudden look of fear, or even genuine joy that disappears the moment they speak. These subtle signals give you clues about what someone is really feeling, often more accurately than their words. But microexpressions aren't just about understanding others. They're also about understanding yourself. You might catch your reflection in the mirror and see sadness or tension written across your face before your mind even processes it. Your eyes may narrow when you're frustrated, or your lip might curl slightly when you're uncomfortable. These microexpressions can be powerful indicators of suppressed emotion, emotions your conscious mind might be ignoring, but your body refuses to hide. Learning to recognize microexpressions takes patience, observation, and emotional awareness. But it can deepen your relationships, improve communication, and help you spot dishonesty or discomfort early, whether in others or within yourself. Because your face is always speaking, even when your mouth is silent. And those tiny expressions, they often carry the most honest truth of all. Number 1. We tend to think of posture as something physical: shoulders back, head up, sit straight, stand tall. But posture is far more than just a matter of good manners or spinal health. It's a living map of your emotional state. Without realizing it, your body adjusts itself based on how you feel. When you're sad, you naturally shrink. Your shoulders hunch forward, your chest caves in, and your head drops. It's as if your body is trying to protect itself from the world, to retreat inward. When you're confident or happy, your posture opens up. You take up space, you stand tall, your chest is lifted. Your body expresses what your words may not. This is why someone who says, "I'm okay," while looking down and curling into themselves, probably isn't. The reason posture is so emotionally revealing lies deep within our nervous system. Your body has two main modes: fight or shine and rest and digest. When you're stressed, anxious, or afraid, your sympathetic nervous system kicks in. Your muscles tighten, your breathing becomes shallow, and your posture closes to protect your vital organs. You might not even notice it. Crossed arms, locked knees, or holding your neck stiffly are all unconscious defense mechanisms. Your body is saying, "I don't feel safe right now." On the flip side, when you're relaxed and emotionally secure, your parasympathetic system engages. You soften, your shoulders relax, your arms rest easily at your sides, and your movements become slower and more fluid. You can almost see the calm in someone's body before they even speak. Think about how often we assume someone's mood based purely on how they carry themselves. A coworker dragging their feet into the office, shoulders slumped, eyes low, you know instantly something's off. A friend standing tall, walking with purpose and ease. You can feel their energy before they say a word. Posture reveals attitude, stress, confidence, insecurity, and emotional fatigue. It's one of the most honest forms of communication we have because it's incredibly hard to fake for long. Even trained actors struggle to hold a posture that contradicts their emotional state for more than a few minutes without giving something away. Interestingly, the connection between emotion and posture goes both ways. Not only does your posture reflect your mood, it can also influence it. Studies in embodied cognition show that simply adjusting your body into a more open, expansive posture can actually lead to increased confidence and a better mood. It's like hacking your brain from the outside in. So, if you're feeling nervous before a presentation, try standing in a power pose. Feet shoulders hip apart, hands on hips, chest open. For 2 minutes, you'll literally send signals to your brain that you're capable, steady, and in control. It's not magic. It's your nervous system responding to your body's language. The next time you're unsure how someone feels, observe their posture. Is their body relaxed or rigid? Are their movements tight or open? Are they turning away slightly or leaning in with interest? Even the direction of someone's feet can tell you a lot. Feet pointed toward the door may mean they want to leave, even if they're smiling and nodding. And of course, this awareness isn't just for reading others. It's about understanding yourself. Notice your posture when you're overwhelmed or emotionally drained. Are you clenching your jaw, tensing your neck, folding your arms? These subtle signals are your body's way of speaking up when your mind tries to push emotions aside.